All right, guys, today we're changing a fuel pressure regulator on a 97 S10. This is a 2.2 4-cylinder. This is not the vortec. So the vortec fuel pressure regulator is a little bit different. This is the 2.2. I believe this engine was in the 94, 95, 96, and 97, and that's it. Right here is our fuel pressure regulator. So since I'm looking at it right now, let's go ahead and disconnect this vacuum line. There. That's done. Here's what it's going to look like when we get it out, and we'll take a look at the new one versus the old one here in a second. We're going to go ahead and remove this tubing. We're also going to remove the air box as well so that we can get a little bit more room. We got to move these two hoses out of the way. So these are just flathead, two flathead bolts, one there, one there, and there's a third one here. But we'll do this. I'll slow down when we do this. I'll time lapse this and then slow down for this. Just two flat heads. There is a PCV valve in the back that you got to get out of, but that's really not too bad. So let's go ahead and film this. All right, so there's 3 clips, although I only have 2. One here, and there should be one there, but I don't have the third one. Basically, you're going to want a flathead screwdriver. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. Get it up under the little piece as best you can, and try not to tear everything up. And then get you a pair of pliers. Sort of gently pull it up. The goal is to not tear anything up. You know, like you feel like you're going to. Pull those up, pull these 3 up. There's only 2. This is already loose. Undo that. And then this should, with a whole lot of fan dangling, come right. I had to do this two-handed, but it should come right out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull the fan shroud itself. Fairly easy. There's 3 10mm bolts here, 1, 2, and 3. There's also 2 on each side. Not sure if that's picking up or not. There's one there, and a second one there, and then the same over here. One there, and a second one there. I'm going to go ahead and pull the fan shroud up to sort of make a little bit more room for the fuel pressure regulator, for the big wrench that we got to get in there. So let's go ahead and pull this up. All right, so now that things look quite a bit different in here, we're going to get in here to our fuel pressure regulator. I hope that it's picking up. I got my finger on it. There's a 24mm bolt right there. 24mm. Your fuel line hooks to it. We're going to go ahead and hook. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. Our wrench to it and break it loose. So I've broken it loose. Somehow I can get off with my finger. So that's awesome. Not sure if that's picking up or not. After we get this loose, we have a Torx bit right there. And these lines, I've sort of already moved them, not on purpose, but we're gonna get a Torx bit in there, and this is gonna just sort of pull up and out. All right, so before we get our Torx bit down in there, I'm gonna go ahead and take this cover off of the throttle body, and then we're gonna take this vacuum line out right here. The vacuum line really just hooks in here, but it bolts in back here. So once we get this bracket out, this plate out, which is only a 7mm bolt right here. And yes, I know someone's going to say you're working backwards. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and take this out. That's going to give us access to that vacuum line right here. We're just going to take a pair of pliers and sort of bust that loose and take that out together. Move that vacuum line there. So let's go ahead and I'm not coordinated enough to show me breaking this loose with a pair of pliers, but you don't use a whole lot of force. This is a plastic piece here, last thing you want to do is break something on a 30-year-old truck. But once that's loose, it's fairly easy to come on out of there. Same with this line here. I still got my ratchet there, I need to move that. But you know, you don't want to break because I imagine that a parts store probably does not have that readily available, that little plastic piece there. Not a lot of force on that. And we're gonna go ahead and get our Torx bit on that. I'll tell you what size it is here as soon as I figure it out. All right guys, get ready to say some bad words of this thing here. Unless you want to take the thermostat out and all that. It's a T30. And really the only way I've found out to get in there is sort of go under everything and then use your ratchet very small up top. I'm gonna try to time lapse this, but I'll probably be in the way. So you're probably not gonna be able to see anything. But yeah, that's how that works. It's a T30 right there because GM hates you. So go ahead and put that T30 on there and feel the anger build up inside of you. Alright, so now we've got our bolt out, that terrible, hateful Torx bit. We're going to go down here. Maybe I can do this one-handed, maybe I can't, and sort of tug on this. There's like a clip in there. Yeah, this is going to take two hands. I'm not sure if you can tell. There's like a half circle here that's holding this fuel pressure regulator in. We're going to sort of try to push it out of here. I've had it out before whenever I did the fuel injectors. Going to try to push it out, and when we do, it's going to shoot gas. It's going to. So we already know this. We're going to go, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this out, hopefully with two hands. So let's give that a try. All right, let's drop some stuff and give this a try here. Sort of using gentle pressure to pry it, because I don't want to mess up that line down there either. There it is. It's out. Lift up and out, sort of twisty. Smell like gas now. That's good, you know. We love that gas smell. There it is. Come on out there. I don't think it's all the way out yet. Also trying not to break things. There we go. Woo! Ouch. And we're out. Oh, she looks old. I'm not sure if that's focusing or not. Let's take a look at the new versus the old here. All right, so here we are taking a look at the new and the old. The old is looking 1997 baby fresh. I bet this is all original. It says Rochester on it. I bet that's all original. The new one looks like it's going to be a direct bolt on, fit right in. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Get the new one in there. Get this changed out. I guess we got everything out of the way. We're just going to sort of do a quick inspection. Everything looks good. Nothing looks bent. I can see in there the gasket's not in there. It came out. Of course, I'm talking about that little O-ring gasket there. This is the new one. To get everything set back in there, I'm just going to sort of push it on, tighten it up, and that's really going to be it. Everything is going to go back together as it came off. So I'm just going to time lapse it, sort of going all back together. I'm going to do it all in reverse. I will say that I'm going to tighten this side down that's not connected to the fuel line first. That's going to hold the regulator in place, and then I'm going to do the big bolt down here, the 24 millimeter. You can take a look at it now. That's a big stinking nut right there. That joker's huge. Goal is to not bend anything up. get everything to seat, and also check our gaskets. Everything looks like we got everything in there, so we're going to go ahead and bolt it all up right now. All right, so now everything is back together. We're going to go ahead and crank it up. We're going to check for leaks. You know, of course, smell around, see if we smell anything that smells like fuel. One thing to note, you know, we just purged the system, and yep, there's going to be air in there, so it's probably not going to start first try. I do want to go ahead and hit the fuel pump just to see if I can see any leaks. Fuel pump is on. I don't smell any leaks. I don't see anything. Let's go ahead and fire it up. It's probably going to take a second or two to actually get started, but let's give it a go. That thing fired right up, actually. Like, it fired right up. Let's see. I don't smell anything. I don't see anything. It fired right up. Like, that was awesome. That was awesome, actually. Wonder how it sounds now that everything seems to be as it was. So that's awesome. All right, so let's not kid ourselves. This took a little bit of work to change that little bitty stinking fuel pressure regulator. That was a good bit of work for a little part. It took about an hour, and it probably would have taken about an hour without me filming it as well. So just take that in mind. Keep that in mind if you decide to embark on this issue. And it may or may not fix what you're going for. It may be not what you're looking for. In any case, I hope it helps. Thank you much.